All right, Simply Bitcoin. We break down the news from Twitter, the Daily Fail, the meme review, the software releases, the websites by plebes. Drop us a like and subscribe. All right, we're going to the numbers. All right, the current block height of 671,328. Current Bitcoin price 55,450. Chain rewrite days 590. Total lightning capacity 1,087.41 BTC. Bitcoin versus gold market cap 8.88%, and sats per dollar, another drop, 1,805 sats per dollar. And let me tell you, I stacked yesterday. I stacked what's it called earlier this morning. And it was painful.
I know, dude. It's crazy. I stacked today too, and it was a pretty big stack. And man, it doesn't go as far as it used to be. Satoshi's absolutely super happy because we just hit another beautiful all-time high, 56K. Absolutely insane. But it's crazy because we knew this was coming.
Yep.
You know, but everyone's just acting as if it's like, oh, what a surprise. Well, guess what, guys? Today is your day of vindication. We told you so. I told you so, but it's we told them, we told everybody. We've told them about the orange pill. We've told them about the soundest money. You know what I'm saying? So today's a good day. It's one of those days that you feel good about you believing in, you know, I feel like this awesome cause that we're living through right now, which is Bitcoin. Phil, what do you think?
And I just want to add that by breaking above 53K, we topped the 1 trillion market cap, which we don't really give a shit about market cap on this show, but I know that there are people who do care. So yeah, 1 trillion. So
absolutely bullish, man. And
it's insane.
Freaking incredible. So incredible that we're going to start off with, Phil, it's time for
the price discussion.
All right, everybody. Welcome to another edition. We call it the daily price discussion, but it's really not. It's like a price discussion that we do whenever something out of the usual happens, which is a lot in Bitcoin, but we usually don't like talking about, lines is essentially what technical analysis is. But, I don't want to talk about lines today. I just want to say, look at that big, giant ass candle. Just and you know what? Everyone's like, oh my God, what a surprise. But you know what? This was the 2017, right? And it made the 2013 look like it's so small, it disappears off the graph. And that is exactly the same pattern that the 2020 and 2021 candles are doing. It's the same. It happens every 4 years. It's like clockwork. There's a supply shock because of the halving. And we told you so, right? This is what we say. We told you so. Anyways, Phil, what are your thoughts on the price and the giant green dildo?
So I just want to summarize that the Bitcoin price is going up because having number one and number two, we told them so. Yes. This is now part of the metric, the official metric, right? Like we told them so, therefore number go up. Okay. Yeah. No. Anyways, I just want to add, those are weekly candles. Okay. That's why it looks like that. Those are the weekly candles, right? So each one of those candles is 1 week of price action. Okay. Just so that people understand why that looks that way. And this is just, look, more than just the halving, it's also the reality is that Bitcoin fixes our biggest problem, which is our terrible money. Around the world, we are absolutely afflicted with terrible quality money. We all know this rant 1,000 times over, right? Terrible quality money. And as a result, we are all made poorer for it. Well, the majority of us are made poorer for it. There's a very small subset of people that get to enjoy a really wonderful existence, at the top of that Cantillon effect. But see, Bitcoin gets to remove that, right? It takes it actually takes the human greed factor and it puts it into everybody's hands, not just a very small group of people, right? Because Bitcoin works on incentives, and part of those incentives are greed. And the reality is that more and more people are finding Bitcoin useful. So yes, there's the halving events. Yes, there's the hash rate, but there's also the social layer of Bitcoin where there's more and more believers in Bitcoin's promise.
Absolutely. And I just wanted to specify in the beginning, I was kind of making fun of the technical analysis, because people just point out the lines and like this and this and that. I'm like, look, this is a chart. It's just going up, because that's how Bitcoin is. Number go up technology. All you have to do is you dollar cost average. And it's exactly what Phil says. It levels out the playing fields. It's not just a handful of elites that, have this advantage. Everyone could just buy Bitcoin and participate. It's funny. We have done technical analysis parts on this show, but today I just wanted to make fun of it because it just blew everyone's projections out of the water. It's like, there's resistance at 50K. Yeah, no, we told you so.
Where was that resistance at 35, right? Somebody wasn't there a tweet like 2 weeks ago? The guy's like, yeah, I'm selling 35. We've topped out.
Exactly. That is the pre-fail before it's time for
the daily fail. All right, guys. There's so much fail going on right now that we had to do 2 fails for this episode. So the first one is CZ, right? Who is the CEO of Binance and the creator and all that good stuff of Binance. Anyways, they have BNB token. BNB token's a shitcoin. It's pretty much used for trading fees. And for some reason, it accrues value. I'm pretty sure it has nothing to do with the fact that it's owned by the Binance exchange. And I'm pretty sure that it's not all robotic volume going on in there and a whole bunch of whitewashing. Anyways, so he had to say BNB not only made all-time highs in fiat terms, it just reached all-time highs against BTC. From a humble 0.0001 BTC per BNB, we have grown 480x against BTC in the last 3 years. Many thanks to our community. Okay, great. So look, don't get me wrong. Certainly, if you're a gambler, you're willing to take a risk. Everybody, there's a lot of people that are. But to me, this is just another shitcoin, right? It's completely centralized, number one. Number two, he owns the market makers behind it, right? Number three, all it's used for is trading fees. There's no use case for store of value. None at all. Anyways. All right, so that's the first fail. And then the second fail was just a giant disappointment that I woke up to this morning, okay? I know that there was some controversy, over my tweet, saying that, Gene Simmons is a legend, but, Kiss kind of, did immortalize glam rock. There were other glam rockers, but nobody did glam rock like Kiss. Anyways, it's really sad to see this kind of stuff. Yeah, but you're not listening. ADA is a few pennies. Everyone can afford it. Do your research before you comment. He should do his research before he posts about shitcoins. That is fucking weak. Okay? Man. And the sad thing is, if you go through his tweets, you can see that he owns Bitcoin. So, obviously, to me anyways, he got paid to shill this garbage. And and he did it. So, even if he didn't get paid, I think it's completely disingenuous. He has a huge following and a whole bunch of idiots are going to, well, I'm sorry, they're not idiots, but they're going to find themselves feeling like idiots once they hold their bag of ADA and it does what it always does.
Yeah, I mean, and you'd be right to call them idiots because it's why would you listen to a rock star about money? And especially someone, more importantly, that has a blue check mark, because if you have a blue check mark, you can't tell the truth, So if you have a blue check mark on Twitter, you have to lie. I think it's a Twitter policy. Of course, it's a bad joke, but, it's crazy. Blue check marks, they tend to lie. I don't know why, right? Absolutely. There's no coincidences, but there's no conspiracies. Ooh, see? Anyways, going back to Binance, Phil, I think we've always known that about CZ. He owns, what everyone calls the shitcoin casino, right? So This is kind of his business. He has to peddle this stuff and pretend that it has some type of value, right? So, it's just, it's not a surprise that it comes from him, And, at the end of the day, it's better that there is more, exchanges, I guess, just to provide liquidity, even though it's just with shit coins. I just give it, I don't say it in the sense of like I want people to gamble, but I see it as when push comes to shove and the war comes, right? It's going to be beneficial to have someone like CZ next to you on your side with his war chest, right? We are fighting the same regulators. So I would say in that sense, it's a good thing. But I can't see any other positives.
You know what? BitConnect was over $400 at one point. And it also climbed up against BTC as well. It doesn't, I mean, and again, right? It's,
no.
There's varying levels of scam, right? There's varying levels of scam, but
you can't say he runs an exchange,
I know.
That's, like whether you say he runs it legitimately or illegitimately, at the end of the day, BitConnect was just this Ponzi scheme.
Total.
CZ is just this shitcoin exchange, guy, whatever. But I like having him on our team. You know what I'm saying? Because bro, I'm telling you, and
let's see if we really have him on our team. Let's see.
It's true. That's true.
Let's just see if we really have him on our team, because don't get me wrong. Like I saw in the Michael Saylor interview, he was kind of, like obviously he wants him to shitcoin.
Ben, there's no doubt in my mind that CZ holds the majority of his net worth in Bitcoin and nothing else. Okay. He does not hold any BNB. Okay. That's a fact, right?
I agree.
I'm just more concerned about, kind of the future of where we're going. And because the lines of war are being drawn, my friend, and it's coming. And I just want, as much capital, as much power on our side as possible. So that's how I'm looking at it from my perspective right now.
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go. Anyways, Phil, it's time for
the daily meme review.
All right, everybody. The meme for today is brought to us by @BitBug42. And of course, it's human evolution. This is the fiat man. This is the Bitcoin man. Absolutely clever. It's definitely an inside meme, but it was a special one to me, Phil. So I'm gonna give that a solid score. I'm gonna give that a 9. What about you?
Very nice. Yes. Okay. So everybody recognizes the evolution picture. That's like something we've all seen since we were kids. So that makes it immediately recognizable from a huge population standpoint. The laser eyes, 100% inside meme, inside joke with the Bitcoin community. But I am gonna give him a solid 8 on that one.
Solid 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
A solid 8.
Okay. Fair enough. I think it was an all around good meme. Yeah. And that being said, Phil, it's time for
the Daily News, sponsored by Crypto Cloaks.
All right, everybody. Today's news. Absolutely massive. Bitcoin. Well, Pomp says Bitcoin just broke the $1 trillion market cap. Live right now, the price is at 55,000. I think it hit an all-time high, 56,000. Absolutely bullish. Twitter is going absolutely insane. Everybody, including a United States senator, has laser eyes. And in case you're not in the know, everyone's laser focused until Bitcoin hits 100K. Twitter is absolutely exploding. All the, traditional influencers, which is why I started with Pomp. They have laser eyes. A United States senator has laser eyes. And yes, even Elon Musk has his profile picture just for a day of a Bitcoin meme girl with laser eyes. Absolutely insane. Awesome day. It's guys, I'm telling you, this day will remain in history because a United States senator has just joined the Bitcoin cause. This is what I was talking about the war to come and how as more time progresses, right, the lines will become more and more clear. This is what I'm talking about. This is the information war. We are winning it. We are winning it with our propaganda, because there's no other better word. And the propaganda is just, look, guys, here's the sounder money. Here's the real money, right? And that's exactly why Bitcoin right now is sitting pretty at 56K, because it is the soundest, realest money we have ever seen. And this pattern is just going to continue. We know. We told you so, right? Phil, what are your thoughts?
Just amazing. I mean, I mentioned it at the beginning of the show. Look, we broke the trillion. Don't get me wrong, but now that we broke the trillion market cap, I didn't think Bitcoin was going to die when we were all the way at 3K, at 3,500 back in the bear market. So I think it's going to die even less at this point. There's way too many people awake to this. You've got, like Nico, like you were mentioning, we've got the senator, Senator Loomis, and there's going to be more like her that are going to join, because guess what? Bitcoin goes back, works on incentives, and people are personally incentivized to survive and thrive, right? They are personally incentivized. So they may swear allegiance to something else, but in the closet, they're buying the corn. So,
absolutely. I love that. I love that.
Go.
In the closet, they're buying the corn.
Buying the corn.
This is Phil with your news for today. I love that. Anyways, man, awesome day. As you can see in our faces. But this next piece of news is brought to us by, we've been reporting on the Arthur Hayes saga, essentially, where, just a quick reminder, the United States did press criminal charges against Arthur Hayes, alleging money laundering. But guess what? Arthur Hayes is still alive and kicking, and he's written a blog post. And the reason I find this very, very special, and I wanted to mention to you guys, first of all, it's an amazing article, which I'll link down in the link description. But he's talking about exactly what happened in regards to the Robinhood and the Wall Street Bets guys, right? And he's talking about the different laws of that are applied to the elites, the institutions, compared to the average Joe, right? And I think he mentions it perfectly. They're I'm quoting him here. They still are treated like children and chastised when they act up. The rules of the game could not be clearer. If you don't like them, walk off the field. And he's exactly right. Again, he says, withdraw all your money from your broker, stop trading, stop playing the system that you believe treats you like a second-class system, my opinion, because it does. That is opting out, and it is extremely powerful and liberating. And look, Phil, when I read this, I could attest to this completely. I've been living the digital nomad lifestyle, which Arthur Hayes has just been forced to do, essentially not call any exact place his home, because, unfortunately he has, the United States government behind his back. That's what Bitcoin allows you to do. It allows you to opt out of this rigged system into a system where everyone is incentivized to play by the rules, right? So it's incredibly powerful that this CEO that has been sanctioned essentially by the United States is out there writing blogs, voicing his opinion, and at the same time, his exchange cannot be shut down, right? That is how powerful Bitcoin is, right? And when the CEO of one of the largest, another shitcoin exchange, right, multi-billionaire, is able to do this in front of, the world's strongest economy and country, it goes to show, right, how powerful and how uncensorable and how immutable Bitcoin is, right? So that's the only reason I wanted to point out that article today. I thought it was super interesting. What are your thoughts on that, Phil? I guess we found Arthur Hayes.
Yeah, there you go. I was going to say, ooh, they're letting him right in jail, but no, he's not there. Anyways, look, every single, I feel as though because Bitcoin is what it is, I feel as though the entities that that attempt to throw shade on Bitcoin, all they end up doing is exposing their own frailty. And as a result, more people pile into this other system, right? More people opt out of the current system because they see how people are being treated and they see what's happening and they don't want to see that happening to themselves. So they opt out, you know? So as we see them build, you know, building all of their you know, their trenches around the gates, right? They're getting ready. Well, this is what I said. They don't realize that Bitcoin isn't built on their island. So we're just going to go like this. We're just going to move right out from under those gates and exist in our ecosystem.
And you can come.
That is what's going to be inevitable because people are incentivized for that, right?
And you can come over to our system. Yeah, we don't care. You're more than welcome here, you know? Right?
So walk past the gatekeepers. They have no problem. They're going to tax you on the way out. They just want your money anyways, which makes no sense because it's completely fucking worthless.
Yeah, anyways. Dude, it's
so stupid.
It's so stupid. But it's just obvious because we have swallowed the orange pill of truth. And ending the news segment for today, incredibly bullish. Guys, we have been reporting on this for 3 days. Phil has grown frustrated because he's just buying up all the Bitcoin. He started off with proposing. He's like 600. He was trying to raise $650 million for his coupon. For his for MicroStrategy to buy Bitcoin at 0% interest. I guess he found so much interest that it went up to 900 million, and it ended up completing at 1.05 billion. Man, how can I take this seriously? This is hilarious. This is so funny, but it's at the same time, it's so obvious. Of course, this was going to happen. The institutional demands from Bitcoin right now in the background, you cannot see it, right? But you could feel it, especially if you have your pulse on Bitcoin Twitter. I mean, you have your finger on the pulse of Bitcoin Twitter. Man, they're buying up so much. And I got an inside scoop from the Abra CEO. I heard him on the Palm podcast. It looks like they're getting tremendous demand from small to mid-sized businesses, allocating some of their reserves, some of their spare capital, some of their cash on hand, and they're putting that into Bitcoin. So it's just a matter of time before the Fortune 500 companies start falling like freaking dominoes and announcing that they have their reserves in Bitcoin. It's inevitable at this point. You cannot stop the honey badger. The honey badger doesn't give two flying right now. Phil, what are your thoughts on this?
So at this point, the companies that are more risk aware, right? They are going to end up winning this, this battle, because the older companies, the ones that are stuck with, archaic boards of directors that want nothing to do with Bitcoin, well, they're going to end up, they're the ones that are going to end up buying the 100K Bitcoin and the 250K Bitcoin and the $500,000 Bitcoin, like that's exactly what's going to happen. So look, MicroStrategy, I mean, he's just, it's like you said, this fucker's making it way too expensive for all of us. So,
Guys,
it's just,
we are living through Bitcoin's version of the Great Reset. This will be the biggest wealth transfer between the people that hold Bitcoin and the people that don't hold Bitcoin that has ever happened in human history. We can't even conceptualize what's to come. Think about it. 10 years ago, did you think Bitcoin could reach 50,000? No, you couldn't. I don't care how smart you are and who you say you are, so it's just get ready. Hold on to your stuff. We covered here first on Simply Bitcoin. If you like today's episode, smash that like button. Anyways, Phil, there was a software release today. Why didn't you tell everybody about it?
Software releases. All right. It looks like we've got Join-in-Box version 0.2.0 that was released, and that is down below in the show notes.
Awesome. Thank you, Phil. All right, guys, that was our show. I know it was running a little long today. That's just because it was the $1 trillion market cap special. That's why. If you guys like the show, don't forget to smash that like button. It really helps us on YouTube. What we're trying to do is we're trying to play the same game that those shitcoin channels do. Flashy thumbnails, the catchy titles, but instead of delivering you shit, we deliver you actual good, solid news. We deliver you the truth. We deliver you what is going on with the world from the Bitcoin pleb perspective. That's exactly what we do at Simply Bitcoin. If you love the show, hit that subscribe button. And of course, we will see you tomorrow for another episode of Simply Bitcoin.